Next, let's move on to absolute value inequalities. If you have something that looks like this, the absolute value of ax plus b is less than c, that is going to ultimately become an and problem. And you're going to set it up as ax plus b is in between negative c and positive c. Now, if there were an equal to sign as part of this inequality in the original, all that would do was add equal signs here as well. In terms of the reason why it works out this way, go back to that definition of absolute value and remember, if you have something like absolute value of x is less than 3, that literally means think of some values that are less than 3 spaces away from 0 on the number line. So here's 0, and some numbers that are less than 3 away would be like 1 and 2, 2.9999, not quite up to 3 because I don't have it including 3, although if I put in the equal sign here, then that would include 3, as well as negative 1, negative 2, and negative 3. Those are all the values that are less than or equal to 3 spaces away from 0. So all of the values between negative 3 and positive 3 are less than or equal to 3 spaces away. They might be 0 spaces or 1 spaces or 1.5 spaces. So let's try an example. Let's do the absolute value of 2x plus 7 is less than 11. We've got a less than sign, which means this expression is less than 11 spaces away from 0. So that means that expression could be up to 11 spaces away on the right or on the left. So it has to be somewhere between positive and negative 11. From there, you solve it just like we did with the previous examples. So we're going to subtract 7 to start isolating the x, and we'll end up with 2x being between negative 18 and 4. And then the inverse of multiplying by 2 is dividing by 2, and we'll end up with x being between negative 9 and 2. And of course you can graph this just like you did we'll make this negative 10, and maybe we'll count by 2's. And then it would look like negative 9 would be about here, and positive 2 would be about here. Would end up looking like this. So just remember, less than means it's that many spaces or fewer away from 0, and that ends up being an and problem.